admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced, and I'm gonna tell ya, don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have to be me 24/7, and I ain't never gonna stop. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. No, oh, oh, oh. And I ain't never gonna stop.
You don't have a chainsaw, do you?
There's 2 trucks with chainsaws right behind me. We're part of a trail crew.
We'll get you over and then...
There's some volunteer trail crew, and I got chainsaws coming up. They're like 2 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Damn, this is big.
Yeah, it'll take you a little while on this one.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's Thursday, July 25th. So left kind of early because I got a long day today, and with all the trees down, wasn't sure if I was going to get to it. And as you can see behind me, came up to another one. See this in the video, but I'm on the other side somehow. I guess I should have dragged my bike underneath, and if I have to come back, that's what I'll do. But I'll show you the path that I did. Came down here. Just some slippery branches, roots, rocks, up and over this one, down here, through this slippery stuff, into the mud, up and over this one. That one was a bit of work. Up here, as you can see, got a little stuck there, and on, and out, and here. So I'm really hoping I don't have to go back. If I do, I'm going to try dragging it underneath. So yeah, it's definitely an adventure this morning. I don't know, 50-50 I get through. We'll see. All right, bye.
To you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced, and I'm gonna tell ya, don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have to be me 24/7, and I ain't never gonna stop. No, 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 no. No.
last night. Okay, were you up here when the storm hit? I was up here when it hit, and then it hit again. You know, I was like, it died for a minute there. Yeah. And it was like, okay, and I went around most everything, and then saw those folks back there and helped them out more than I should have. But they gave me some water. Yeah. But anyway, I got to here, and then it just started raining again, and more trees started falling. So I went back to that clear area where there's no trees to fall. Yeah, I was gonna say, shit. I woke up, and I mean, I heard them all night. Boom, 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 and even this morning, all those trees between here and that campground, none of those were here. Yeah. Let's see if I can remember the line. It's like right here, and going up that way. Here. Is it, we can just pick it up. Yeah, all I gotta do is get the engine guard on there. Yeah. So I'm gonna lever it onto my knee. Okay, I'm just gonna walk it up from here. I'm just running out of energy at this point. Yeah. Well, are you gonna just go these last two? And right around this bush, and then it's down. I think you're gonna go around the bush. Yeah, there's nothing up there. Okay. Oh shit. It's just I'm just gonna lift the back wheel right over. Okay. There. Okay. Front brake on. All right, I got it. Yeah. And yet another. We only filmed half of these. way down, and this one on the power lines. We call that devil's chair. Good evening. Thanks for still following along, watching my journey. So we'll do a day four ride and recap. So I started out at my campground here, about 20 miles east of Grangeville. South Fork is the campground. And my goal today was to do the rest of Section 5 and all of Section 6 to Piers and then back down to Grangeville into my campsite. But for those of you watching the last video yesterday, there's a huge storm that went through and had red flag warnings and knocked down a bunch of trees, and so it kind of changed my plans yesterday to get back to camp. But then really I was wondering this morning, what are the chances of actually getting through that Section 5 from Elk City to Lolo, Montana? It's highway from my campsite up to Elk City, so I was up early, like 6:15 on the bike and riding. It's a fun road, and of course saw a nice elk right in Elk City, so that was kind of cool. And then as I got into the roads, turned to gravel and that, and heading out of Elk City, that's when you start to get the trees that were down that hadn't been cleared like immediately after the storm. And so I ran into a group of 3 other guys doing that section of the BDR, and right away it's like, okay, there's trees down. They're a little bit ahead of me, so they had like drug a couple of the small trees out of the way, and then when they got to a medium-sized one they had built, they had just started to break some branches and laid a log in front of it to kind of get the bikes over that one. Because like at that point in the morning, you think, oh, okay, maybe it's just this one tree. You don't know at that point yet that there's going to be 100 trees down. So we're like, all right, yeah, let's do this. So then the 4 of us, we lifted their bikes over. I was able to ride over on mine, and then 5 minutes later we get to one that's impassable. There's no getting the bikes over it. They're thinking back, it's like we might have been able to lay my bike down and drag it under it, but I was like, I'm all in at this point, because maybe this is the last tree. Who knows, right? Not. But anyway, so I spent an hour getting my bike around that tree, kind of making a path on the low side of it, and it was just a ton of work, ton of energy, but I got around it. Those guys decided to turn back, and I kept going, and it wasn't very long after that then I met up a couple of people and some UTVs and a solo guy on a bike, and he had been trapped out there overnight, and he was in a tent. He like went to an area where there were no trees, put his tent up, and the storm came in 2 parts. And when the second part came through in the middle of the night, he was listening to trees drop all night long, and it was I guess quite the experience for this guy. So anyway, so he and I kept going, and we got over a couple of the smaller trees. We got to like 3 big ones in a row, and we started to like plot a plan to get up the mountain around, like find a line and around, and we were doing that when finally like this crew of guys and UTVs caught up to us. They're a good group of guys, and they had chainsaws with them, and they were doing the MacGruder Corridor as well. And it's MacGruder, not MacGruber. Remember that. They were doing the same trail anyway, and they had chainsaws. So basically by the time I got around this, they were already working on those. So we grouped up. Another group of bikers caught us. Some other people in Jeeps caught up. And so there, it was basically, it turned into the entire morning and into the afternoon turned into the MacGruder Corridor cleanup crew. And, I was officially a member. It's like we would go sometimes a mile, sometimes like 100 feet, and then the entire train would stop. They'd get out their saws, they'd, winch the sections away. We'd, move by force what we could with people. And so we spent, the better part of the day doing that. It was ton of work. But I mean, that's what the adventure is. So it was still a lot of fun. So, finally, so we went up to the lookout, and so I was the only one of the bikes who rode up that, and the crew and the UTVs, they rode up it because that was their, what they wanted to take a break. So I hung out there with those guys for a little bit. Fantastic view, good company, and hey, if you guys ever watch this, thank you a ton for helping me and everyone else get through, because they're the ones carrying the saws. So anyway, so I hung out with those guys for a little bit, and then I parted with them and rode back down. By then, the rest of the group had left. I think some more Jeeps had caught up with saws, and I had I had been separated from them for probably, I don't know, 45 minutes or maybe even an hour, because it took those guys in the UTVs a while to get up that path, and I just waited behind them. So anyway, by the time I got back down, they had all moved forward, and I was hoping, and then it turned out to be true, they had kept working through, more of the trees. So by the time I caught them, we were kind of near, I don't know, the middle of, the distance between Elk City and was it Dawson, where I would call it, that's kind of the destination, because that's where they have fuel, and Dawson, Montana. And so there had been people coming the other way, clearing from east to west. So basically I caught this train right as they were meeting the train coming the other way, clearing. And so I just buzzed through them all, and then just flew down all the way down to Dawson. Second half of the day, my plan was, because I'm trying to loop back to my van every night, so where I'm camping, my plan was to complete all of Section 5 to Lolo, and then ride from Lolo all the way back to Pierce, and then just cut some highways back down to where I was parked. And because we spent, I probably blew 2 hours going around trees, and then by then the train caught up with me, and then we followed them, so it was just slow. So I was probably at least 3, more likely like 4+ hours behind, kind of easy 4 hours behind where I was kind of targeting I wanted to be. And so it really changed my plans for the way back. So what I did was I left Lolo, Montana, and I figured I would ride Section 6 up to it's like Saddle Camp, and then just peel back down to Highway 12, and then just ride the pavement, back down and around and back to where I was camped. And so that's what I did. And by then, so there's still just there's tons and tons of downed trees. I mean, like everywhere, every highway, every road, every driveway. I mean, there was, I videoed a bunch, but there's just too many. It's like I look over and, okay, here's 2 huge trees, over somebody's house, or over their cars, or over the power lines, or over something, over the road, over the river. They're just like everywhere. And most of them were the burnt trees that just didn't have much grip, but it must have been some really strong wind, because there's a lot of trees down that were just full green. So like the big ones, when they came down, they would just take everything with it. And if they were on this steep mountainside, they'd take just a whole bunch of stuff down and carry it all into the road. There's just rocks, debris, trees, boulders, just everywhere, every corner around the road. So anyway, so I went to Saddle Camp, Section 6, peeled back down around. That worked out pretty good, but it was still just late in the day. And I think, from the time I hit the pavement, I still had, I don't know, at least 90 miles to get back to my camp. So, and these aren't fast roads, and by then it was getting late, so I was going slower. So that still took a couple hours. And so by the time I got back here, it was, I don't know, what was it, like 8:30 or 8:45 at night, and I left at 6:15 in the morning. So that's 14 and a half hours. Now I did take a couple breaks, so it's not like I was riding the entire time, but it was a long day. So we'll call today the Queen stage, hopefully, because I don't want to do another day that long. And my total miles for the day today were 428.5 miles. So long ass day. So anyway, still great fun. It was a long day, tough day. Jack, you would have liked it already. See you later.